Hey guys, it's Amber and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, hi, hello, welcome. Today we are in cast to celebrate Pride Month. So I hope that each and every one of you had a happy and safe Pride Month. I know that things have not been the best around the world for Pride. There's been some big changes that are positive and quite a few big changes that are negative in certain parts of the world. So I hope that all of you are feeling happy, safe, and as comfortable as you possibly can this Pride Month. But to celebrate, we are creating rainbow Sims. So in my mind, all of these are rainbow bachelors and bachelorettes. I'm hoping that we'll be able to see them in the upcoming Let's Play for the new expansion pack. I know it's supposed to pull Sims from the gallery for the dating app. So that's kind of what I was targeting here, is having a bunch of cute single Sims in the world or to be able to potentially go out on dates with. So for each of these Sims, I did give them traits associated with their coloring. So this is Miss Ruby Garnett. She is hot-headed, self-assured, and generous. Generous is a little bit different. I considered doing, I can't remember what it was. Childish, I think. I considered doing childish, but I decided I wanted her to have a slightly different set of traits just because I wanted to do something a little different. And for each of these Sims, I actually did kind of spin a wheel to try to determine what their style would be. This was mostly to stop myself from giving all of my Sims the same style because I can kind of lean into dressing all of my Sims very similarly. So I thought that would help me to branch out a little bit. I think it turned out really well. This red Sim's actually one of my favorites. I love this hair on her. And I think she looks really good and not necessarily just like a rainbow Sim. I do create a lot of colorful Sims. And I feel like sometimes they just look very, I don't know, costumey, as if like that's literally what I was doing. And I think she turned out cute. She just looks like someone who wears a lot of red. And that's just her style as opposed to someone who was designed around a color. So moving into the orange Sim, I actually think this might be my favorite Sim. And part of it might be because her coloring is also very orange. Like if you see her skin tone kind of lends perfectly into orange. So in the end, this feels like my most monochromatic Sim, but I do actually love them. I think they turned out so cute. And I think so the style that I rolled for this Sim, honestly, was very difficult to do in orange. So this is probably the Sim that if you knew what styles everyone was supposed to be, you would not guess. But feel free down below to try to guess what style each of the different colors is supposed to be. And then I'll let you know if you got it right. And I'll let you fuss at me down below if I did a terrible job picking. But I'm not going to tell you because, like I said, I don't want y'all to be disappointed in me. But I love this Sim. I think they turned out really good. Like the hair, this little jacket, the jeans. Like I was pretty sure as soon as I tried those jeans on that I wanted to wear them. I kind of went back and forth on which color orange that I wanted to do because that other orange just feels like a bit much. Orange is not one of my favorite colors, so when I see a ton of orange, I really struggle with it. This is also when I realized that I didn't do nails for the red Sim, so I had to go back and do those for her. Next, we are moving into B Citron. He is our yellow Sim, and he is ambitious, clumsy, and socially awkward. And I rolled a very relaxed style for him, which I did think was perfect for those traits. Also, at this point, I was really struggling. I don't know if you guys see, obviously, I'm sure you can, but these hairs were like really glitching out, and it was very upsetting because I actually wanted to use a lot of those hairs, but I kept, having to struggle to find one that wasn't gonna glitch. So I finally did. I picked this hair. I thought it fit him really well. And here I am just kind of going through all of my masculine frame clothes. I know I say this all the time, but I don't have a lot of masculine frame CC clothing. And I know that I could just download more considering how much I complain about not having it, but I'm just not really tempted to download more. I don't see anything I like a lot. And so this was me just kind of trying to play around and find yellows that went together and made sense in an outfit. I probably spent the most time on him of all the masculine frame Sims because I just could not figure it out. I went through all my CC, decided I didn't want to do that. I pulled laundry day stuff because I thought it fit the aesthetic that I was going for him. but I didn't really like that much either. Like, that outfit's okay, but I felt like it didn't feel yellow enough. I just felt like nothing was feeling like yellow enough. His coloring's pretty good. He obviously has like the light blonde hair. He doesn't exactly have like yellow undertones to his skin, so I just didn't feel like it was enough of the color. I know I literally talked about how I didn't want them to look like costumey, but his just didn't seem like I don't know, it just didn't seem like enough to me. So basically I went back, I got these shorts for rent, and then I actually ended up in the top that I had initially placed on him. So he's really more or less wearing an entirely for rent outfit, but I thought it looked really good on him, and I thought he looked really nice with glasses. So I just went ahead and popped some glasses on him because I thought they fit his face and just kind of gave him a little bit of a cute look. He doesn't have any facial hair, which I thought was fine. I tend to give my male Sims or masculine frame Sims facial hair a lot, but I don't know. Something about his face, it just didn't sit for me. I also feel like sometimes when you have really light facial hair, it just doesn't stand out enough on most of the skin tones, so I just left it. Moving into our green sim, this is Kale Evergreen, and they are jealous, materialistic, and a maker. For this sim, I had to work pretty hard not to give them the exact traits for the Not So Berry Mint generation. I feel like those are like the default green traits, so I ended up changing that. I also chose to give them green hair, but not like green body and facial hair. Like I said, I wanted these to be a little bit less costumey than I typically would do. So I have the, like, they just dye their hair green. I mean, they don't have green body hair, because they're natural Sims. So they don't have green body hair, but they do dye their hair green. They also have like a very basic style, but I think it actually turned out really nice. This is another one of my favorites. And honestly, I don't typically do masculine frame Sims very often, so I'm very happy with how they turned out. I was trying to give them some facial jewelry, but I'm sure you guys know the facial jewelry in The Sims 4 is awkwardly sized. And so now I'm just going back and forth with all these different tops. I ended up doing an eyebrow ring for them, which is actually my favorite facial jewelry in The Sims 4. I feel like no one else uses it, and it's probably weird that I always gravitate towards it, but I do, and I think it turned out well. So I was happy with it. I think they look nice. Moving on, now we have our blue sim, and they are another one of my favorites. This is Navy Azure. They might be my favorite literally just because that's the best name of all the Sims. They also rolled for a very interesting style. This one is something I could see myself doing even outside of this, but these are not colors that I probably would have done for this aesthetic. It fits fine for the aesthetic, but it's just not colors that I gravitate towards. So I did have to kind of switch it up a little bit. I feel like of all the styles that I did, this one's probably the easiest to be able to tell what it is. But I was also trying to stop myself from pulling too much black so that, you know, we kind of maintained the blue because that's their color here. So I was trying to figure out what I could do so that they weren't mostly wearing black. And so I landed on the skirt pretty quickly, and I really liked it. It was perfect for the aesthetic, so I didn't want to change it. So I'm just kind of looking for tops and things that I think go well with it. Also, you can probably tell at this point, I've created these Sims in the most random order. Like, I started dressing them, and I haven't done their hair, and I think it's kind of weird. I did it for the orange Sim too. But I think because was constantly dressing Sims in my head, I was just kind of going back and forth with everything. So I ended up working in a strange order, which I'm tempted to do a cast challenge that I saw Thistly do, where they created a Sim in reverse. So I might have to do that. And we'll see. Maybe I'll be pretty good at it since I'm creating some of these Sims in reverse order. But for this Sim, I did end up doing a hair that I Love. I was so excited when I finally clicked on this hair because I just thought it was perfect. I've never used it before, but I really wanted to, and I kept it in my game because I knew it would look really cute on the perfect sim. So this is the perfect sim. So I'm just adjusting their eyes a little bit to coordinate with kind of what I was looking for from their eyeshadow, just to give kind of that exact look. Also, here we are, we're very committed to the makeup, so they do have on blue lipstick. I had to filter to find it, but I did know I had this one, and I think it turned out really good. So I'm actually really happy with them. I did decide that they should have some edges. I just thought it looked better with this fit, but they are probably my favorite sim, though I would say they're the most unique of the sims, which I guess my two favorites are, because the orange I feel like is also pretty unique. Next, I did commit to a full rainbow set of colors. So this is actually an Indigo Sim. This is Daphne Indigo. Picking traits for Indigo is a little bit hard. I'm sure you guys know there's a lot of overlap between blue, indigo, and violet. But they are a bookworm. They are practice makes perfect, and they are a genius. I actually thought all those traits went together really well. So I was actually very happy with that for this sim. Another big struggle I had with this sim, and now that I'm like watching this back, and even after I had made all these sims, I realized that I do have the Simandy hairs, which uses a different color palette where I could have pulled an indigo color. But it's fine. I needed to use in-game hairs that I have recolors of, and I actually thought that this hair was perfect. It completely goes against what the aesthetic was that I rolled for this sim. So you would genuinely never be able to guess what aesthetic I got for this sim based on how they look. I just ended up kind of going with the hair and then kind of an outfit that I thought had a good vibe to go with the hair. This is, I know I just said that the other two are my favorite, but now that I'm looking back, this sim is just chef's kiss. I absolutely love the hair color, the hair choice, the little bow with the little ringlets around framing the face, and this little dress with the socks and the shoes. I love a good lacy frilly white sock and a Mary Jane combo every time. So this sim is actually probably my favorite. For makeup, it's probably a little bit off because I wanted to keep the makeup to fit with the aesthetic. So it's like blues, purpley blues for the eyeshadow, but they're light, which indigo is typically a dark color. And then for the lip, we just went for a nude lip because I didn't think that a blue lip was going to fit for the style for that sim. So we just kind of had to go with what I think made the most sense. And now we're on to our last sim. So this is Miss Heather Amethyst, and she is paranoid. She is a cat lover, and she is a party animal. This is probably the most unique set of traits, and honestly one of the more unique outfits. The style that I rolled for this was really good, and I did think that it would fit perfectly for this sim. And I do love the outfit, but I'm gonna admit before we get to it, I'm pretty sure it's a swimsuit, but like in this day and age, 100% you could wear this as an outfit. So I think that it turned out really cute. I think that she is stunning. One of the biggest struggles I had was mixing the color of her hair and the color of violet or purple for her outfits. I was just getting a lot of clashing, and that's why I ended up picking this, because I just thought these purples accented each other so well. I'm also really sad that I didn't just use that Chanel dress, but I thought it looked a little too indigo, and so it's fine. But I absolutely love how she turned out. This is a very simple sim, but I do think that she looks very pretty, very polished, just kind of put together. Like, look how cute that is, like the little sandals. I just think aesthetically she's adorable. So you'll have to let me know down below which of these sims is your favorite, and go ahead and guess what styles you think everyone is supposed to represent down below. But I want to say I thank you guys so much for watching. As absolutely always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and happy Pride to all of you. And I will see you all next time. Bye.